So, in the previous video, we discussed about the poverty alleviation programs. There are many poverty alleviation programs started by government to remove the poverty. Yet it is not possible, but you can say the figures are getting lower. The poverty alleviation is expected to make a better progress in the next 50 years than in the past as a trickle down the effect of the growing middle class, increasing stress on education, reservation of the seats in the government job, and the increasing empowerment of women and the economically weaker sections of the society are also expected to contribute to the elevation of the poverty. It is correct to say that all poverty reduction programs have failed. We will discuss about that also, the criticism of the poverty alleviation program. But first of all, we have to discuss what is our moral responsibilities or the government moral responsibility to elevate it. The growth of the middle class indicates that the income economic prosperity has indeed between the very impressive in India, but the distribution of wealth is not at all even. After the liberalization process and moving away from the socialist model, India is adding the 60 to 70 million people to its middle class every year. At the current rate of growth, the majority of India will be middle class by 2025. So next we are discussing about what are the drawbacks, what are the critical of evaluation of poverty alleviation program, and what is the conclusion, how we can come out from that thing. So the lack of resources as compared to the magnitude of poverty, the amount of the resources allocated for these type of programs is not sufficient. So that is why they are lack of resources make them fail. Unequal distribution of assets due to unequal distribution of the land and the other assets, the benefits from the poverty alleviation program have been appropriated by the non-poor. Improper implementation, these programs depend mainly on the government and the bank officials of their implementation. However, corruption, lack of training, pressure work from the local leaders and the non-practitioner of the local level institution resulted in improper implementation of the program. Next is lack of infrastructure facilities such as the school, roads, power station, telecoms, IT services, training institutions. They are not here, and that will so what they happen. This will have failed our programs. That is the thing. So we have to be first of all we have to we have to take the focus on these type of things. Next, lack of a active participation of the poor people. High growth rate alone is insufficient reduce poverty. In fact, there is need for active participation of the poor for the effective implementation of the poverty alleviation program. You can say like that if they want is their conscious will be want, they can come out from this. In the end, I want to say I will conclude the chapter and then I will finish the chapter. Since independence, the objective of our all policies had laid emphasize on the rapid and the balanced economic development with equality and the social justice. Poverty elevation has always been accepted as one of Indian main challenges by the policymakers, and there have to be certain positive results. We can say that the absolute number of poor in the country has gone down, and some states have less portion of poor than the national average. There is an improvement in the term of capital per capita income and average standard of living. There has been some progress towards meeting the basic needs of the poor people. So we have to be come out from all these things, and we have to focus that if we wanted to be developed in the world, so we have to be elevate, you can say remove the poverty, totally poverty from our